All right, let's talk about a problem that I know haunts so many brilliant founders. You're an absolute expert in your field, but you feel completely and totally invisible. In this explainer, we're going to break down how you can stop being confusing and start being magnetically clear. It's all about crafting what we call an unmistakable message.
So let's just get right to it, shall we? You're doing all the things. You're posting, you're creating content, you're sharing your expertise, but the results, they're just not showing up. It honestly feels like you're shouting into the void. And let's be real, it is beyond frustrating. The good news, you're definitely not alone in feeling this way.
This brings us to something we call the visibility paradox. And it's a real head-scratcher, right? Your effort is through the roof. You're putting out frequent content, using all the right expert language, the whole shebang. But the impact, it's just frustratingly low. You've got an audience that's confused, and your growth is totally stalled out. So what's the big disconnect here?
And this is the crucial insight. We've all been taught that to be seen as an authority, we have to sound impressive. Use all the industry jargon, talk about complex ideas. But what if that core belief is the very thing that's holding you back? The source material for this explainer makes a powerful case that it's the single biggest barrier causing your invisibility.
So, let's completely reframe how we think about language. That complex, impressive language, it doesn't really signal authority. In fact, it often signals insecurity. It creates confusion in the market, and it actually pushes people away. Simple language, on the other hand, well, that's where the magic is. It builds trust, it demonstrates true authority, and it pulls the right people closer, because you finally made it easy for them to connect with you.
Okay, to make this super concrete, let's look at a quick real-world experiment. This isn't just some abstract theory. This is a story about how one tiny little shift created a massive, massive impact.
Here's the setup. An expert business owner, probably a lot like you, posting consistently. But here was the problem. People were constantly confused about what they actually did. The content probably sounded impressive, sure, but it just wasn't landing. Sound a little familiar? So they tried something new. And it wasn't some huge, complicated marketing strategy. Nope. They just rewrote their bio and started communicating in plain, simple language. They took out all the jargon, all the fluff, and just focused on one thing: being understood, not on sounding smart.
And the result was almost immediate. I mean, we are talking days, not weeks or months. People started replying with this one simple, powerful message. It finally makes sense. Now that is the sound of your message actually hitting its target.
And this just brilliantly illustrates the main takeaway here. It wasn't about posting more. It wasn't some new algorithm hack. Their visibility grew for one single reason: clarity. People could finally understand what was being offered, and as soon as they understood it, they could engage with it.
Okay, so how do we take this amazing little story and turn it into a core strategy for you? Well, it's all about shifting your goal from just being visible to being truly, irresistibly magnetic.
Let's actually give this a name: magnetic clarity. This is the real strength behind your visibility. It's what you achieve when your message becomes so simple and so direct that you don't have to push it out anymore. The right people are just naturally pulled in. Listen, if you remember one thing from this whole explainer, please make it this: visibility is not a volume game, it is a clarity game. Your audience is not going to sit there and try to decipher what you mean. It's just a fact. People do not remember what they cannot understand. Okay, so you're ready. You're ready to move from being complex to being crystal clear. The big question is, where in the world do you start? Let's break down a super simple, actionable step you can take, literally right now. Here it is. 3 simple steps. First, just pick one core idea or message. Just one, don't overcomplicate it. Second, be ruthless. Strip away all the jargon, all the fluff words. Be really honest with yourself here. And third, just keep simplifying. The goal, the litmus test, is to get it so clear that a total stranger can read it and immediately explain what you do in one single sentence. That's when you know you've nailed it. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a challenge. Go look at your bio, your latest post, the headline on your website, and ask yourself this question: is your message a barrier that people have to climb over just to understand you, or is it a magnet, effortlessly pulling the right people in? The choice and all of the power is yours.